Hello again, class 706. Okay, let's continue with the paragraphs from yesterday. Where we left off, paragraph 175. We're going to finish these babies. We're going to finish these paragraphs someday. Someday, somehow, we'll finish these paragraphs. All right, paragraph 175. I started it yesterday. He works much harder than he used to. He used to. Yes. I used to be younger. Yeah. Yo antes era más joven. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as young now as I used to be. No soy tan joven ahora como antes. I'm not as young as I used to be. I used to be younger. Yeah. I don't work as much as I used to work. Fíjate, no trabajo tanto hoy como antes trabajaba. I don't work now as much as I used to work. Entonces, para no repetir work, que es un poco redundante, lo quitamos. I don't work as much as I used to. Y se entiende work. Yo no trabajo tanto como antes. En español se dice antes. I don't work as much as I used to. Y used to no significa solía. Se traduce mucho en las pelis aquí. Yo solía trabajar mucho. No. Yo antes trabajaba mucho. Solía trabajar mucho en aquel entonces. I usually worked. Normalmente trabajaba. Solía trabajar. Solía es el pasado de suelo. Suelo ir a la playa en verano. I usually go to the beach in the summertime, although sometimes I go to the mountains, but usually I go to the beach. Suelo ir a la playa. Y en los años 90, solía ir a la playa. I usually went to the beach, but sometimes I went to the mountains. But usually I went to the beach, solía ir a la playa. All right. I usually went is solía. I usually am, I usually was, etc., etc. Now, antes iba a la playa is I used to go to the beach. Se entiende que ya no voy. Used to. No especificas ni cuándo ni cuánto tiempo. Tú a la playa a la Malvarrosa. Tú vas, yo antes iba a la Malvarrosa mucho. Ahora no voy. I used to go. Solía ir ahí en el mes de mayo. I usually went. I used to go there. Yo antes iba a la Malvarrosa. Ya no voy. Ahí nunca, ya no voy. Pero yo antes iba. Solía ir en mayo, pero a veces en junio. I used to go to the Malvarrosa. I usually went in May, but sometimes I went in June. All right. I used to. Now, I work less than I used to. Trabajo menos ahora que antes. I work more than y esto dice, he works much harder than he used to. In fact, he used to be one of the worst troublemakers this company had. A troublemaker. Se usa mucho esta palabra. Uno que encordia siempre, un foco de problemas. He's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. Yes. Causes problems. Are you a troublemaker? Troublemaker. Trouble. He used to be one of the worst troublemakers this company had. It's strange how some people change con el paso de los años, over the years. It's strange how some people change over the years. Now he takes on more responsibility than most of his fellow managers. Fellow managers, sus compañeros gerentes, son todos gerentes, sus compañeros gerentes, his fellow managers. Yeah, my fellow Americans. Yeah, my fellow Americans. Lyndon Johnson became the President of the United States. on November 22nd, 1963, upon the assassination of John Kennedy. That was on a Friday. The following Monday, he gave a speech on television to the United States. And he looked at the camera and with a Texas accent, un acentazo tejano tenía, said, my fellow Americans, mis compañeros americanos, o sea, my fellow Americans in normal American accent. Lyndon Johnson, not my fellow Americans, I am here with a heavy heart. Estoy aquí con un corazón que pesa. I'm here with a heavy heart. Okay. And people in the United States, Dios mío, ¿quién tenemos aquí? Con ese acento. You know, you can imagine, you know, you can have a new president who habla así, bueno, los españoles estamos aquí. Así, Dios mío. So you can imagine. All right, where are we? I've lost my place. To take on more responsibility. He takes on. Now he takes on more responsibility than most of his fellow managers, and seems much more serious on the job. Si decimos on the job, no in the job. On the job. En el trabajo. In his work, en su trabajo, diríamos in his work. He seems, parece mucho más serio ahora en el trabajo. He seems much more serious in his work or on the job. Y esto último se dice 1000 veces más que in his work. On the job. On the job. Yes. On the job learning. El aprendizaje sobre la marcha en el trabajo. On the job learning. On the job. So, he works much harder than he used to. In fact, he used to be one of the worst troublemakers this company had. It's strange how some people change over the years. Now he takes on much more responsibility than his fellow managers and seems much more serious on the job. Yeah. To take on me, take me on. La, da, da, da. Take on. To take on is asumir. Take on. He takes on more responsibility. All right, my friends, paragraph 176. Are you ready? They went on a Mediterranean cruise to Genoa, Naples, Corfu, and Athens. I would have gone with him if I hadn't had that accident in July. When they got back, they showed me the pictures they had taken. They must have taken 500. In this? Yeah. She understands. They went on a Mediterranean cruise. ¿Cómo? They went on a Mediterranean cruise. They went on a Mediterranean cruise. Un crucero por el Mediterráneo. Good. They went on to go on a trip. To go on a trip. To go on a cruise. They went on a Mediterranean cruise. Wow. Very good. Where? To Barcelona? No. The cruise left from Valencia, not from Barcelona. Oh. And where did they go? Did they go to Beirut? No. Did they go to Corsica? No. Where did they go? They went to 4 ports. Really, 4 ports. 4 puertos. Yeah. Yeah, they went to Genoa. Génova. ¿Cómo lo dices? Genoa. La V no está en inglés. Genoa. Aunque el adjetivo es genovese. La V parece en el adjetivo. Genovés. Genovese. Or Genoan. They went to Genoa, Naples, Corfu, and Athens. Atenas. And the one before? Corfu. Corfu, the island of Corfu. You know Corfu, yeah. It's in the Adriatic, or it's in the Ionian, el Mar Jónico, the Ionian Sea. So they went from Valencia to Genoa, and then from Genoa to Naples, and then around Italy to Corfu on the western coast of Greece. And then went around the Peloponnese to Athens. And then from Athens back to Valencia. All right. So they went on a Mediterranean cruise to Genoa, Naples, Corfu, and Athens. Corfu and Athens. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had that accident in July. I would have gone with them. I would have gone, come on. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had that accident in July. The cruise was in August, but I had an accident in July, and I couldn't go. Merajo. I said, can't go. Sorry, I broke my leg. I can't go on a cruise to the Mediterranean with a broken leg. So I would have gone with them. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had. Habría ido con ellos si no hubiera tenido. Habría ido si no hubiera. I would have. Habría ido. I would have gone. Ido. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had. Si no hubiera tenido. Dos veces had. If I hadn't had that accident in July. Ahora, I would have, y de hecho los nativos solemos casi siempre decir I would have gone. Es como decir pa'lante en vez de para adelante. Son contracciones naturales como un piano. All right. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had that accident in July. When they got back, they showed me the pictures they had taken. They must have taken 500. Seguramente, they must have taken. Debían de haber sacado 5. The problem is now with these cell phones, people take constant photographs. And it completely dilutes the joy of photography, because there are too many. Es un empacho de fotos. Yeah, just incredible. I mean, some people, hay uno de mi hijo, tengo una foto de mi hijo. You have my, and they spend 3 minutes looking and they can't find it. Because they have so many. I have probably about 60 photographs on my telephone, and that's it. Only 60. So I don't have. Look, you can start here. Whoop, it's finished. That's it. Some people need to go 30 times. That destroys the joy of pictures. I mean, when I was growing up, we had a photo album, and you had a photograph, and you pasted things, and you put it, and then it was just, wow, you see. The young generation now, I don't know. So they went on a Mediterranean cruise to Genoa, Naples, Corfu, and Athens. I would have gone with them if I hadn't had that accident in July. When they got back, they showed me the pictures they had taken to take a picture. When they got back, they showed me the pictures they had taken. They must have taken 500. Yeah, they must have taken 500. Okay. I'm going to tear up this piece of paper. I'm going to tear it. I have torn only part of it. I'm going to tear a little bit more. Now I've torn it halfway. Now I'm going to tear it the rest of the way. All right. I have successfully torn this piece of paper into 2 different pieces. Now I'm going to tear it up. Okay, I'm tearing it up. And now I'm going to throw it away. All right, I'm going to throw it away in the wastebasket. And the wastebasket is right down there, right down there. Right here, no. Right there, no. Right up there, no. Right up there, no. Ahí mismo, no. Right down there. And I'm going to throw it away. Now I have thrown the little pieces of paper away. Paragraph 177. 77, Sunset Strip. Okay. I don't know why you never say anything to him. Don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Ever since I met him, he's never been able to get anywhere on time. I think he does it on purpose. If I had to deal with him as much as you do, I'd do something about it. Yo también. Marta también. Haría algo al respecto para resolver esto. I don't know why you never say anything to him. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Hey, where's Jimmy? Let me say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No lo sé. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you never say anything to him. ¿Por qué no le dices algo? Yeah. Don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Don't you? Don't you? Segundo hijo de Carmenchu. Yeah, don't you? Y el primero era, aren't you? And the third, didn't you? And the fourth, haven't you? And the fifth, can't you? And the sixth, wouldn't you? And the seventh, couldn't you? And the eighth, hadn't you? And I think they're 12 or 13, I can't remember. Verbos auxiliares con you, te, y luego you. All right, don't you, I don't know why you never say anything. Nunca le dices nada a este hombre. I don't know why you never say anything to him. Don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Day after day, día tras día. Day after day, alone on the hill. The man with the foolish grin is smiling, standing perfectly still. Yeah, suena bien, ¿no? Day after day, solo en la colina. Day after day, alone on the hill. The man with the foolish grin, con la sonrisa tonta, is standing perfectly still. Quieto. Still means quieto, además de todavía. Nobody seems to know him. That's the Beatles, eh? That's Paul McCartney singing. Day after day is día tras día. Day after day. All right. I don't know why you never say anything to him. You know, don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Ever since I met him. Desde que yo le conocía. Hace años. Ever since I met him. He's never been able to get anywhere on time. To get anywhere. He's never been, nunca ha podido llegar a ningún sitio puntualmente. Never. He's never been able to get anywhere on time. I think he does it on purpose. I think he does it on purpose. Creo que lo hace a propósito. I think he does it on purpose. On purpose. Adrede. Si tuviera que tratar con él tanto como tú, if I had to deal with him as much as you do, I'd do something about it. And I would say, Charlie, I'm tired of waiting. This is the last time. I'm sorry. I'm not going to meet with you for lunch, for dinner, for coffee, for anything. Because I have probably spent 6 months of my life waiting for you. You're always late. Get your act together. Get your act together. También se dice get your shit together. Come on. Organízate, chico. Come on, Charlie. Get your act together. Why Charlie? Because I'm thinking of a person I knew when I was a little boy. Charlie Porter. Charlie Porter. Carlito Portero. Charlie Porter. Charlie Porter was my father's best friend in the university. And Charlie Porter was the best man at my father's wedding, my parents' wedding. The best man is el padrino, de la boda. We say el mejor hombre, the best man. Charlie Porter was the best man at my parents' wedding. Later, I remember my father complaining about Charlie because he was never punctual, never, always late. And my mother said to my father, Tommy, I think Charlie does it on purpose. I think he prefers to show up late. He said, aquí estoy, here I am, all right? But in this case, I'm speaking to this person about him. I say, I don't know why. I don't know why you never say anything to him. I don't know why you never say anything to him. Don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Don't you get tired? No te cansas de esperarle día tras día? Don't you get tired to get tired? Don't you get tired of waiting? Gerundio of his preposición. Don't you get tired of waiting for him day after day? Yeah. Ever since I met him, desde mi experiencia con él también, ever since I met, desde el día que le conocí hace años, ever since, por eso pone ever, porque es más enfático, ever since I met him, he's never been able to get anywhere. To get aquí es llegar. He's never been able to get anywhere on time. Yeah. If I had to deal with him, to deal es tratar con alguien, sobre cosas. If I had to deal with him as much as you do, if I had to deal with him as much as you do, I'd do something about it. Haría algo al respecto. I would do something about it. Haría algo. I would say, okay, Charlie, ya está bien. Charlie, enough is enough. You're late again. 20 minutes late. I've been sitting here looking at the wall for 20 minutes. And this is the last time, Charlie, I'm going to spend 20 minutes looking at the wall waiting for you. I don't have my cell phone. I don't have a newspaper. I have nothing to do but to wait and look at the wall. The waiter came and said, well, would you like a beer or something? Yeah, I'll have a beer. I took a beer looking at the wall. All right, well, Charlie, starting today, you're going to be punctual, at least with me. Punctual, puntual, shoe, como zapato, punctual. Como los punkis, shoe, punctual. To be on time, all right, so we have finished paragraph number 77. How much time do we have, Marta? Do we have time to start? Yeah. We have time to start, learn to speak up. Which one? Page. Where are we? Focus by number 17. All right. Here we are. Besides, it's marked. Page 166. Si no cuelgas la ropa, yo la colgaré. If you don't hang up, hang is colgar, hang. If you don't hang up the clothes, I'll hang them up. Them up, to hang. Cuando yo digo ropa, yo digo close, como close the door. All right. Un purista diría que lo digo mal. All my life, clothes. All right. If you don't hang up the clothes, I'll hang them up. I'll hang them up. I'll hang them up. Them up. Them up. All right, the Muppets. If you don't hang up the clothes, I'll hang them up. Si la decisión fuera mía, yo lo omitiría. Omitir, yo lo omitiría. If it were up to me, I'd leave it out. Yeah. You know, this book, and this one. Yeah. This one, should we keep it or get rid of it? Well, if it were up to me, I'd leave it out. I would lo omitiría, lo dejaría fuera. To leave out, dejar fuera. If it were up to me, if it were, si ello fuera arriba a mí, literalmente, si la decisión fuera mía, if it were my decision, if the decision were mine, también es correcto. If the decision were mine, se dice mucho menos. If the decision were mine, if it were my decision, if it were up to me. If it were up to me, se dice el 98%. If it were up to me, I'd leave it out. I would leave it out. ¿Por qué no te deshaces de ese calendario viejo? Why didn't you get rid of that old calendar? It's a wall calendar. Why didn't you get rid of that old calendar? Oh, because I remember talking to a girl, una chica, I said, ¿por qué te haces un calendario hace 3 años? I said, no, but it's un calendario de bomberos. They had pictures. The fireman, she didn't want to get rid of that calendar. I'll be back tomorrow.